What's up, guys? Today we got a 13-year-old tech throwback on our hands, and this one is from Gateway. And then the reason behind this is because that my 6-year-old son told me that he wants a gaming PC so that he could play Roblox, Minecraft, Sonic, and Metal Slug. One cool thing is that he really loves to record and edit his own videos with CapCut. Since he's doing pretty good at school, I guess, I'll go ahead and fulfill his request. I found a listing on Facebook Marketplace that said 4 computers for parts for $40. I got in my car and took a 40-minute drive to pick them up. This one is the DX4860 UB32P. This tech throwback came out in 2011 as a budget PC due to its specs. It's working on i3-2120. That is a 2-core 4-thread processor which clock at 3.3. It's on the LG1155 socket. The famous architecture, Sandy Bridge, where I would say where custom gaming PCs really started to flourish. It has a nice little 80mm CPU cooler, and this motherboard is an H67 made by Acer. That means no overclocking capabilities. As for RAMs, it comes with 16 gigs DDR3 mixed match RAMs, and for power, it comes with a 300 watt power supply that don't have any PCIe/VGA connector. Basically, I can plug any graphics card that requires a 6-pin or 8-pin power. Unfortunately, there's no storage. So my first plan for this PC is to test the CPU just to see if it can handle all of his favorite games without any stuttering. Also, the minimum frame rate I would say will be 60 FPS, and if the CPU cannot handle it, therefore I will upgrade it with a better CPU of the same generation. The games that I will test are Minecraft, Roblox, and Fortnite, since he plays a bit of Team Rumble with his older brother from time to time, and then also just to stress the CPU a bit more. I will also test some of his favorite emulators, especially Redream, since he really loves Sonic Adventure. Now, to pair the 2-core 4-thread processor is this GTX 780 from Zotac, which was released in 2013. I got it a while back for $25. It is now 11 years old. It has 3 GB of VRAM with a 384-bit bus. Also comes with GDDR5 memory. Sadly, this GPU only supports DX11, because the DX12 driver update NVIDIA did don't really work with many games. I would say this Capra architecture GPU was a mid to high-end card during its prime, and hopefully the bottleneck is not too bad with the CPU. Since this PCIe less connector PSU wattage is too low for the GTX 780, I will replace it with this 500 watt power supply from HP. And for storage, I will add a used 256 SATA SSD that already has Windows 10 Pro pre-installed. And finally, let's just install this graphics card so we can see how this computer will perform. Now that the PC booted straight to Windows, let's just take a look just to see if everything is there. So I will take a look at GeForce Experience just to see if the GPU is detected, and we can see that the CPU is on i3-2120. And we have 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM. So what I will do is that for the benchmark, I will do a side-by-side comparison. The left side will be the capture side from the computer, and the right side will be the capture from my phone. So now in Minecraft, the FPS is well above 60 FPS. But for some reason, it's very stuttery on the computer capture on the left side. But if you look on the right side, not only does it look pretty awesome, but it also runs really smooth, and both sides are capturing at the same time. Although changing the video frame rate to 60 FPS and video quality on high in Windows capture settings, but it did not help. you guys can see it still look the same. And overall, I would say Minecraft is very well playable. And as for Roblox, the PC cannot hit the 60 FPS mark, but it runs very smooth from 40 to 53 FPS. For some reason, none of the benchmark tool captures work with Roblox. When it comes to Fortnite, talking about a disaster, although I put it on performance mode with everything set to low, the CPU still still cannot handle the task. The game stutters a lot, the frame rate is very unstable, even with VSync on. Therefore, it's a very big no-no for Fortnite. With the emulators, the CPU is holding up very well. Sonic Adventure runs at a perfect 60 FPS, and Dreamcast games, they are very easy to run. With Simu, it runs at a stable 60 FPS, but also it depends on the games that you're running. And there is a slight stutter if too many things are happening on the screen. So I would say for Simu it's good. As for Ryujinx, although it runs at 40 FPS, it is unplayable due to the number of stutters that occur in 1 minute. It's too stuttery. So what I would do is that I will upgrade the CPU to an i7-2600. That is a 4-core 8-thread processor in the same generation, because Acer did not update the BIOS for this motherboard to support Ivy Bridge CPUs. Therefore, the third gen CPUs are a no-go, but that is not a problem because the i7-2600 will give all the games a better performance, and he will also get a smoother experience. I would swap the components out of this old gateway case and put them inside this nice, classy white and black case from Montech. It's a micro ATX case, and the motherboard is a micro ATX form factor. One great thing about this motherboard is that it comes with all the regular pin headers to connect the front panel, USB, HD audio, and fan. Sadly, it does not have a USB 3.0 header, but I do have some regular USB to USB 3.0 adapter somewhere. Now, let's just build a PC. Alright, guys, I really like how this PC turned out. But we came from a $10 PC to a very nice super budget PC that's $50 and under. And then the cool thing about it is that this i7 is really amazing because it's 13 years old now, and the amount of games that it could still play without a heavy lag, I really respect it. And also the GTX 780 did such an amazing job. I really like it. How it still performs in 2024. Like, if you're really under a budget, especially for a kid, these computers will still do very, really, really well because, kids don't really care about graphics. As long as, they could get 60 FPS out of game, they would love to play it. Also, the i3-2120, they're okay, but the only thing is that it's just the stutter. I feel like if you're not trying to run any, CPU based games like, Fortnite, it will still do well, especially at the emulators. If you're not trying to run any heavy emulators like Ryujinx or some other like PS3 emulators, even PS2 emulators, it will still do pretty well. But in overall, I really like how this PC turned out. Guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. I'm gonna catch you guys in another one. Thanks.